Welcome back to Cresco, everybody. Getting you set for Northeast Iowa Conference baseball tonight as the Decorah Vikings take on the Crestwood Cadets. The Vikings starting lineup, leading off at second base will be Colin Nimrod. Batting second at shortstop will be Jake Qualley. Hitting third, doing the designated hitting tonight is Dustin Carey. Carey will bat for the left fielder Jake Hovden. Hitting fourth at third base will be Josie Jewell. Hitting fifth in right field, James Osley. Hitting sixth, the pitcher, Kyle Kane. Hitting seventh, the catcher, Austin Ashbacker. Hitting eighth at first base is Bryce Pearson. Batting ninth in center field will be Gavin Nimrod. So it's Colin at second, Qualley at short, Carey the DH for the left fielder, Hovden. Osley, or Jewell at third, Osley in right. Kane the pitcher, Ashbacker the catcher, Pierce at first, Nimrod in center field. That lineup will face the right-hander Brandon Wilchin, making his fifth start of the year. He's 2-1, 2.67 ERA, 2.74 opponent's batting average against. 21 innings, 20 hits, 8 earned runs, 11 walks, and 14 strikeouts. Brandon Wilchin did not throw against Decorah in the doubleheader over in Decorah. On May 31st. So Colin Nimrod will come to the plate to start game number one, the varsity game tonight. Game number one was won in JV fashion by the Decorah Vikings by an 11-3 margin. Here we go. Brandon Wilchin throws, and the first pitch low outside to Nimrod as we get going at 7:36. 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod was 0 for 3 against Cresco pitching on the 31st of May. 1-0 from Wilchin, taken up. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Austin Shatechka in left, John Berlin in center, Matt Cavalier in right, Brandon Slivka at third, Coulter Friedoff at short. At second, Chase Lenhard. At first base, Colby Lefevre. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch low outside for 3 balls, no strikes. Cody Sindelar behind the plate and Brandon Wilchin on the hill. Colin is a .244 hitter. No extra base hits and 8 RBI on the season for Decorah. And the first pitch taken high, or the next pitch taken high, and ball 4 to Colin Nimrod. So Nimrod gets base on balls, and Jake Qualley will stand in. 0 for 5 against Crestwood pitching on the 31st of May. .255 the average for Qualley. 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 9 RBI. Lead at first there by Colin Nimrod. A pause by Wilchin, and the pitch to Qualley goes up. So 5 straight bad ones from Brandon Wilchin. 1 ball, no strikes. Too many walks did the Cadets in the games over in Decorah on May 31st. And Wilchin having trouble finding the strike zone early on. The 1-0 delivery sails up for 2 balls, no strikes. Cadets lost a doubleheader last night against North Fayette. Vikings won a wild one down at Olensack Field as they defeated Waterloo Columbus 15-11, scoring 8 in the bottom of the 6th to get the victory. 2-0 delivery up again, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. So 7 pitches, 7 out of the zone from Brandon Wilchin to this point. Wilchin, the senior right-hander. Lefevre holds the runner on at first. 3 balls, no strikes. The count on Jake Qualley. Wilchin comes set. And a move to first base to send Nimrod back to the bag. New series of signs from Coach O in the third base box. Wilchin in for the side from Sindelar, comes set. 3 balls, no strikes, and Qualley takes all the way in. The first strike of the game is called by home plate umpire Pete Wyant. 3 balls, 1 strike count. Jim Oberman working the base pass here tonight. Had an umpire not show up, so Crestwood athletic director Jim Oberman had to be forced into action. 3-1 delivery swung on and fouled away. Third base side and out of play. So it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jake Qualley. Runner at first, nobody out. No score, just underway, top of the first inning. Glad you're with us on Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC tonight. A lead at first base from Nimrod. The stretch, Nimrod stays put, 3-2 pitch outside for ball 4. So a couple of walks to start the game, a 4-pitch walk to Nimrod. Qualley draws the base on balls on 3-2. And Dustin Carey, now leading the team in batting average at .372, will stand in with 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, or 1 home run rather, and 9 RBI. Wilchin comes set, and the pitch taken low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Carey's home run was a 3-run shot in last night's ball game against Waterloo Columbus. His first varsity home run in the 3rd in 2 ball games for Decorah. Jewell and Gavin Nimrod went deep at New Hampton on Monday night. 1-0 delivery is on the inside edge for a strike. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike on Dustin Carey. Lefevre playing behind the runner at first base. Time called as Jim Oberman, the base umpire, will clean off the rubbers so he gets good view of that. Lenhard will keep an eye on Nimrod out at second base from his second base position. Wilchin comes set, a look back at second. The 1-1 to Carey is taken up. It's 2 balls, 1 strike now on Dustin Carey. The Decorah Vikings softball team in action in doubleheader tonight at home against Walk-On. They have taken game 1 of that doubleheader by a 6-1 margin. 2 balls, 1 strike to Carey. Wilchin comes set, a look back at second, and the pitch swung on and missed. On a good breaking ball, it's 2-2. So far, the best pitch of the night we've seen from Wilchin. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The runners lead from their respective bases. The stretch by Wilson and a 2-2 pitch. Carey thought about bunting, pulled the bat back, and took it high. It's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Callan off a second and Qualley off a first. 3-2 on the second consecutive batter for Wilchin. He pauses, he looks back at second, and the 3-2 to Carey is taken up for ball 4. So 3 straight walks to start the ball game, and Josie Jewell to the plate. Josie 1 for 5 against Crestwood pitching. 376 doubles, no triples, 2 home runs, and 12 RBI. Bases loaded, nobody out, top of the first, no score. Pitch to Josie. A curveball catches the outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. Callan off a third, Qualley off a second, and Carey off a first. The 0-1 delivery, lone outside. It gets by the catcher, Sindelar. Down the line from third comes Callan. He will score. Other runners move up. It's a 1-0 lead for Decorah. The wild pitch scores run number 1 for the Vikings tonight, as Qualley moves up to third and Carey to second after Callan Nimrod scores. It's 1-1 on Josie Jewell. One delivery, curveball smacked into left center field, and that will be in for a base hit. Qualley will score. Carey coming to the plate. He will score without a play on a 2-run single by Josie Jewell, and a 3-0 lead for Decorah. Josie knocks in runs 13 and 14 on the season. So 3 straight walks to start the ball game, and they all come around for the Vikings. And James Osley, who's been swinging a hot bat of late, will stand in. The average up to 214, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 9 RBI. Josie away from first with nobody out, and the pitch to Osley off the end of a bat foul. It is no balls, 1 strike. Osley 3 RBI last night and 3 RBI on Monday night down at New Hampton. We talked about him hitting on the interstate on Monday night, but he's really taken a workman's-like approach to try to improve his offense as a curveball is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2 on James Astley. Because we all know he's way too good of a hitter to be putting up the numbers he was. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Wilchin comes set. Josie stays put. Pitch outside to Astley. Missed on the fastball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vikes have won 3 in a row. Their longest winning streak to this point in the season was 4, 2 against Crestwood, 1 against Makokata, and 1 against Valley Community. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch swung out smack down the left field line, foul. That was equidistance between Brandon Slifka at third and Coach O in the third base box, and O had to spin away from that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count remains on Astley. A wild pitch and a 2-run single by Josie Jewell has given Decorah a 3-0 lead as the pitch goes low. Sindelar, nice stop, getting the body and shift protector in front of that one, 2-2. Two and 2 the count. Couple of steps off first base, Josie Jewell. Wilchin comes set. Josie takes off. Pitch taken high on an off-speed pitch. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Josie steals his second base of the year. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes on James Astley. And he will bat now with the runner in scoring position. Three and 2, runner at second. Vikes picked a good pitch to run there as Wilchin threw a curveball. 3-2 delivery to Astley inside for ball 4. So Astley will make it down to a vacant first base. And Gary Steffen will come out and talk to Wilchin as well as the catcher, Sindelar. Hitters and runners will take some time to talk to Coach O in the third base box. A plethora of batting gloves sitting in the hands of first base coach Blake Moen gets returned to the first base box. That's Coach Steffen just trying to settle down Wilchin. He's walked 4 of his first 5. The only hit he's given up has brought home 2. Top of the second in game 2 of the doubleheader, 0-0 between Decorah and Waukon and softball. Vikes took game 1 of that one by a 6-1 margin. That's happening back home tonight. No count yet on Kyle Kane trying to help his own cause. He's 1 for 6 against Crestwood pitching. Kane pops it up in the air on a bunt, goes third base side, and it angles into foul ground where it's touched up there by Brandon Wilchin. It's no balls and 1 strike. Kane at 226. 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 7 RBIs. Kane did have the RBI double, which did give the Vikes the lead in that bottom of the 6th inning last night against Waterloo Columbus. Wasn't a very good bunt that time by Kyle, and Vikes pretty fortunate that it was only a foul ball. First and second, nobody out here in the first inning. Kyle scoring to bunt once again, and the pitch high and tight on a fastball from Wilchin. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Three straight walks to start the game. A wild pitch got Colin Nimrod home. Josie got Qualley and Carey home with a single to left. That was followed by an Astley walk. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kane squaring to bunt again and now stepping off the rubber and bluffing a throw back to second is Wilchin. Wilchin with 4 walks before he records an out here. He had 11 walks in 21 innings coming in. 1-1 the count, and the pitch fouled at the plate as Kyle tried to bunt a pitch at the knees and couldn't get solid contact on it. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, so we'll see if Coach O keeps the bunt on in this situation. Nobody out, runners at first and second. 3-0 Decorah here in the top of the first inning. Josie off a second and Osley off a first. Wilchin comes set, a look around the base pass. He'll bring the 1 to the plate, and it's a curveball in the dirt for 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Kyle Kane. Two and 2 the count. Runners lead from their respective bases. Wilchin comes set, a look back at second, and the 2-2 delivery is a drop ball low. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one didn't miss by much. Fastball coming in on the inner half, but it just missed the zone. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes on Kyle Kane. 4th batter already that Wilchin has gone full on. That one popped up out into shallow left. Still on the infield dirt. Coulter freed off. The shortstop makes the catch. The infield fly rule was called. And there's 1 down here in the first inning. First and second, 1 down, 3 in. And Austin Ashbacker getting the start at catcher tonight will come to the plate. 208, 2 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs, and 11 RBI. The 11 RBI total, second on the squad behind Jules, 14. And the first pitch is on the inside edge for a strike to Austin Ashbacker. No balls, 1 strike. The Baby Bull getting a start at catcher tonight with Kane on the hill. Stretch a look back at second in the 0-1. Inside, missed on a breaking ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Ashbacker. 1-1 the count. Stretch, 1-1 delivery. Missed on a fastball low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike with Bryce Pierce, as we mentioned, on deck. But a long first inning. 4 walks, a single to left, the only out recorded. The Kane pop out to short. 2 balls, 1 strike count on Ashbacker. Wilchin comes set, 2 looks at second. A long pause and too long for Austin Ashbacker as he asked for time, and it's granted by the home plate umpire, Pete Wyatt. Two and 1 the count. Stretch by Wilchin and the 2-1 delivery, swung on and missed. A good changeup, and Austin out in front. 2-2 on number 22. Austin, the 7th man to come to the plate this inning. 2-2 the count. Wilchin comes set. And the 2-2 delivery, and that hit him in the back. Got him right above the 22 on the back of the uniform. The old curveball that didn't curve, and Jewell moves up to third, Osley to second. And Ashbacker will get a courtesy runner in the person of Cole Sweska. And Bryce Pierce will come to the plate. Bases loaded, 1 down, first inning. Vikings with a 3 spot thus far. They lead it 3-0 as Wilchin delivers in the pitch outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Pierce did not play in the first meeting between these two teams. He's at .364 with a double and an RBI. The pitch swung on and a ground ball towards third, picked up there by Slipka. He'll go to the plate for the first out. He'll go to first base, double play. So a 5-2-3 double play ends the threat for Decorah. But 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left. We are 1/2 inning complete. It is Decorah 3 and the Crestwood Cadets coming to back. The Cadets will bat this way. Leading off, the catcher, Cody Sindelar. Batting second in center field, John Berlin. Hitting third, the pitcher, Brandon Wilchin. Batting fourth, the shortstop, Coulter Friedoff. Hitting fifth in right field, Matt Cuvalier. Hitting sixth, the third baseman, Brandon Slipka. Hitting seventh at the designated hitter spot, Jordan Vovis. Hitting 8th at first base, Colby Lefevre. Or I should say Vovis, the DH, will bat for the first baseman, Lefevre. Hitting 8th at second base, Chase Lenhart, and batting 9th in left field, Austin Shatechka. So it's Sindelar, the catcher, Berlin in center, Wilchin, the pitcher. Friedoff at short, Cuvalier in right, Slivka at third, Vovis, the DH, for Lefevre at first base, Lenhart at second, and Shatechka in left field. That lineup will face the junior right-hander Kyle Kane. Kane 2-1 with a 3.44 ERA. Opponents hitting 247 against him. 18 and a third innings, 20 hits, 9 earned runs, 5 walks, and 15 strikeouts. Kane picked up a win against Cresco. He went 6 and a third. On May 31st, gave up 11 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. He gave up a lot of hits that night, but they were all singles. And he didn't walk a lot of guys, and that's Kyle's forte, as Cody Sindelar swings and fouls the first pitch straight back and out of play. It is no balls, 1 strike. Sindelar was 2 for 6 against Viking pitching. He's a .339 hitter with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 6 RBI. 0-1 delivery, a fastball up. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Hovden getting the start in left field tonight. Gavin Nimrod's in center. James Osley in right. Josie Jewell at third. Jake Qualley at short. Colin Nimrod at second. Curveball missing inside. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Bryce Pierce at first. Austin Ashbacker behind the plate. And Kyle Kane on the hill. 2-1 the count. The pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen right in front of us. We broadcast at field level, just to the right of home plate, about 10 feet behind it, to be accurate. That's our viewpoint of tonight's game. 1-2, swung on a foul ball at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coach Steffen is in the first base box for the Cadets. Danny Broadbeck is in the third base box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, count. The pitch, off speed, swung on, popped up, shallow center field. Underneath it is Gavin Nimrod. He will make a 2-handed catch in shallow center for the first out of the first inning. So Sindelar flies to center, 1 down, nobody on, and Johnny Berlin to the plate. 3-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the first inning. Berlin at .352, a double, no triples, no home runs, and 4 RBIs. And a curveball at the knees for a strike. Nice deuce from Kyle to start out, and snowballs 1 strike. Berlin was 3 for 7 against Decorah pitching. On the 31st of May, that one hammered towards right center field. A late break from Gavin Nimrod, but he's going to run it down in shallow to medium depth right center. A good jump got the job done for the center fielder Nimrod for the second out here in the first inning. 2 down, nobody on. And Brandon Wilchin will try to help his own cause. 3-0 Decorah, bottom of the first. Wilchin with the stick, 288, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 7 RBIs. He was 1 for 7 against Decorah pitching. Wilchin looks at a fastball on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Wilchin was forced to labor in that first inning due to some control problems, but a double play helped him get out of it as the pitch smacked toward short, and a lunging attempt is unsuccessful by Jake Qualley, so Wilchin will get a single to left with 2 outs here in the first inning. Good effort by Qualley, who appeared to have a decent beat on that ball, but wasn't able to quite get there to make the play. So a runner at first and 2 down, and Coulter Friedoff will bat for the Cadets. 3-0 Decorah, bottom of the first. Curveball outside from Kane. 1 ball, no strikes. Coulter was 2 for 6 against Viking pitching. He's hitting .302 on the season, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 11 RBI. And the pitch missing inside for 2 balls, no strikes to count. Kyle set, and the pitch swung on a looper up the middle, fielded on attempting to field it on a funny hop was Colin Nimrod. He couldn't quite get there. Qualley picked it up, and by the time he did, Friedoff got there. Once that ball got down, it was going to be a base hit. So Wilchin moves up to second, and Friedoff at first. A two-out rally for the Cadets here in the first inning. Matt Cuvalier will stand in. He'll swing at the first one, ground one towards third, off the glove of Josie Jewell, and into shallow left field for a base hit. Trying to get to the plate is Wilchin. Getting to the ball quickly is Hovden, and he'll get the ball in, and a stop sign from Coach Broadbeck in the third base box. And Josie Jewell on the E5 will load the bases with two down here in the first inning, and that will draw a visit from Coach Olenczak. The infield and battery will be a part of this discussion. The first two batters were retired with relative ease. A hard hit ball on a single to left by Wilchin, an infield hit by Friedoff, and an error by Jewell has loaded the bases for Brandon Slifka, who was a tough out for Decorah. In the doubleheader over there, he was 3 for 5 with a double and 2 RBI. Slifka's hitting .245 on the season with 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 7 RBI. 3-0 Decorah. Coach O back to the third base dugout, and here we go. Kyle will work out of the stretch with the bases loaded, 2-down situation. The pitch to Brandon Slifka just missed the outside edge, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Sindelar and Berlin flied out to center to start the inning, then singles by Wilchin and Friedoff, and Cuvalier reached on an error. 1-0 delivery, missed the outside corner. It is 2 balls, no strikes now. Two and 0, and the pitch misses again on the outside edge, and it's 3 balls, no strikes now. Kane delivers, pitch in there for a strike as Slifka took all the way. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike to count. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC, Decorah. 3-1 delivery swung on and a ground ball toward short. Fielded there by Qualley. He'll go to Nimrod at second. And the force out recorded, and the side is out here in the first inning. 2 hits, 1 error, 3 left. We head to the second. It's 3-0 Decorah. Top of the second inning we go. It's a 3-0 lead for Decorah. The number 9 hitter in the lineup, Gavin Nimrod, will come to the plate. He was the only man not to bat in that first inning for Decorah, which included 4 walks, 1 hit, and 1 hit by pitch. Wilchin is going to start the inning from the stretch. Nimrod swings the first one, grounds one towards first. Colby Lefevre picks it up, and he'll run to the bag to retire Gavin. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second inning. One down, nobody on. And Colin Nimrod to the plate for Decorah. 3-0 the lead for the Vikings here in the top of the second inning. Brandon Wilchin delivers, and the first pitch hard hit right at short on 3 hops to Coulter Friedoff. He'll throw to first base. And Nimrod retired 6-3, so 2 pitches, 2 outs in the second inning. Again, you talk about hitting approach. You had a guy that couldn't find home plate with the searchlight in that first inning, and you're swinging at the first 2 balls in the second. 2 down, nobody on. Jake Qualley, who walked and scored in the first, will stand in. 3-0 Decorah, top of the second. And the pitch catches the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. You could bet your bottom dollar that Jake was going to be taken there. No balls, 1 strike with 2 down here in the second inning. 3-0 the lead for Decorah. 0-1 to Qualley off the end of the bat and foul. First base side just beyond the Crestwood first base dugout. And it's 0-2 the count. So Wilchin looking for an easy inning here in the second after a very difficult 39-pitch first inning. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. The pitch a little bit low to Qualley. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Wilchin is working out of the stretch even though no runners are on base, and a looping curveball is taken high by Qualley. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Vikes scored 1 run on a wild pitch and a Josie Jewell 2-run single in that first inning. The pitch to Qualley is inside, so good job of working the count now this time by Qualley. Fell behind 0-2 right away and has worked it to a 3-2 count. 3-2 the count. Wilchin comes set, a 3-2 delivery, swing, and a foul straight back and out of play. Jake trying to get on base. Give his mom a little bit of a birthday present. His mom Ann having a birthday today. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. The pitch swung on, popped up foul. Third base side, Brandon Slifka with a long run, but it lands foul. So the count will remain 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's one thing here in Cresco, you don't give up on foul balls like you would in any other park. A ton of foul territory area on both the first and the third base side. Not a lot directly behind home plate, but first and third base side, you can't give up on things. Ground ball to third, diving stop made there by Slifka. He gets to his feet, he throws to first base, and it's dropped at first base by Lefevre, but Qualley beat it out anyway. It'll be an infield hit for Jake Qualley. A runner at first and 2 down, and Dustin Carey will come to the plate. A 3-0 Decorah lead. Good at bat that time by Qualley. 8 pitches, put the ball in play, and he reached base. Would have been a very difficult play had they recorded the out there. And a nice effort at third by Brandon Slifka. Pitch to Carey, swinging a foul at the plate. The ball's 1 strike. Carey walked and scored in that first inning as well. Update from softball after 3. Decorah and walk-on tied at 2. Vikings won that one tonight in game 1, 6-1. Move to first base, back to the bag, diving goes Qualley. He's 1 for 1 in the steal category. Vikes 1 for 1 on the night, with Josie Jewell getting his steal in the first inning. 3-0 Decorah as we play the top of the second. Stretch and the 0-1. Curveball inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Dustin Carey. Carey came into the night leading the team in batting average. He's had an awfully solid year at the stick. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch taken up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Talking to a few people before the game. I think it was the wise man Bob Keene that brought up to me that baseball has to look like a basketball to carry the way he's been swinging it this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. Wilchin comes set. And the 1-2 delivery. Here's ground ball towards third, fielded there by Slifka on 3 hops. He'll throw across the diamond to Lefevre. And Carey retired to end the second inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It is Decorah 3 and Crestwood 0. Bottom of the second inning we go. It's a 3-0 lead for Decorah. Jordan Vovis, playing in his second game as the designated hitter, swings and misses at a keen changeup, 0-1. Vovis 1 for 2 on the season. He will be followed by Chase Linhart and Austin Shatechka in the second inning as Vovis swings and misses at another off-speed pitch from Kyle, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Kane ready in the 0-2 pitch, fastball up. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Vikes got 3 in the first inning. A wild pitch scored 1, and Josie Jewell brought home 2 with an RBI single. 1-2 delivery, swing, and a foul straight back and out of play. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jordan Vovis. Kane ready in the 1-2. Swung on, looped down the left field side. Coming after it is Jake Hovden, and Hovden makes a running catch near the fair foul line. Just beyond the infield grass. A great jump that time by Jake Hovden, and he ran it down as Hovden getting his first start out in left field here in tonight's game. 1 down, nobody on. And Chase Linhart to the plate in a 3-0 Decorah lead. Linhart first ball swinging and fouls it away right side and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Linhart did not play against Decorah the first time. He's at 200 with no extra base hits and 2 RBI. Vikes won a pair of games on May 31st, 4-1 and 7-6. Good curveball, outside edge taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. Nothing and 2 on Linhart. Kane ready in the 0-2. Fastball, swing, and a foul right side and out of play. So the count remains no balls, 2 strikes on Linhart. Kyle got the first 2 outs with relative ease in that first inning. Gave up back-to-back singles and an error, but the Cadets ended up leaving 3. 55-foot curveball for Kane taken low. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the second inning of a 3-0 Decorah lead. Vikes trying to win their 4th game in a row. Pitch swung on and down the left field line, but foul. So Linhart battling here at the plate. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming up here. It's 1-2 still, and the pitch swung on a fly ball into right field. Coming in is Osley. Out is Nimrod. It lands in between them. Linhart singles to right to reach with 1 out here in the second inning. Don't know if James read that off the bat. Had he probably would have come up with it. Runner at first, 1 down. Austin Shtetka to the plate. 269, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 2 RBI. First pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. So the Cadets, who had 11 hits off of Kane back on the 31st of May and 6 1/3, have 3 already here tonight. Pitch swung on a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So back-to-back singles with 1 out here in the second inning. And now the top of the order, and Cody Sindelar will come to the plate. Decorah still leads 3-0. And Sindelar fly to center his first time up. Pierce plays behind the runner at first. Nimrod will pay attention to Linhart here in the second as the pitch goes inside. It is 1 ball, no strikes on Sindelar. Kyle with the pause and the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Took a little something off. And Sindelar out in front. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Kyle getting his first start on the varsity since the New Hampton game on June 3rd. Just the way the schedule has fallen. Part of it, he does a good job behind the plate that you like having him there. Ground ball towards third. Josie picks it up. He'll go to Collin at second for 1, who will throw to first for a double play. Around the horn, 5-4-3. And the Vikes get out of it here in the second inning. 2 hits, 1 left. We head to the third inning. It is a 3-0 lead for Decorah. Josie Jewell will start things here in the third inning for Decorah. A 3-0 lead for the Vikings. Jewell brought home 2 of the runs with a single to left back in the first inning. Vikes got all 3 runs in that first inning. The other run scoring on a wild pitch. And Josie ahead of a breaking ball, swinging and missing at the first curve from Wilchin. No balls and 1 strike. Josie now leading the team with 14 RBI. And Wilchin, who got a double play to get out of that first inning, and that just seemed to improve his confidence as that one smacked into left on a base hit. Josie Jewell with the 3rd hit for Decorah. He's now 2 for 2, and for the second time in 3 frames, the Vikes get their leadoff runner on. Runner at first, nobody out. James Osley stands in for Decorah. 3-0 lead for the Vikings. Osley walked in the first inning. Lefevre will hold Jewell on at first base. Josie stole the base in that first inning. Wilchin delivers, and the pitch swung on, fouled straight back and out of play. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Osley. 6 RBI the last 2 nights for James. A lead at first for Josie. Osley now squaring to bunt, and a move to first base by Wilchin. It was a soft toss that sends Josie back to the bag standing. Stretch, and the pitch swung on, and a ground ball towards short. Friedoff boots it there. Everyone's going to be safe. First error of the night on the Cadets. Osley put it in play hard. Friedoff waited for the long hop. Ends up booting it. So it's first and second with nobody out here in the 3rd inning. 3-0 Decorah. Kyle Kane to the plate. He popped to short his first time up. Josie away from second. Osley away from first. Wilchin comes set. Kyle squares to bunt. And the pitch inside on a breaking ball. As Kyle got the bat out of the way, 1 ball, no strikes. Kyle tried to bunt twice in that first inning and ended up bunting foul. One of them was straight up in the air, and the Vikes were frankly lucky it wasn't caught. He does have 2 sacrifices on the air, and the pitch bunted foul. It was a fastball coming in on the hands, and Kyle a little frustrated with himself for not getting the bat out of the way of that one. And Coach O is going to take an offensive timeout to talk to Kyle in the third base box. They got the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes now. The stretch and the 1-2 taken up by Kyle. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Jewell, the runner at third. Osley, the runner at second. 2-2 the count with nobody out here in the 3rd inning. Vikings looking to add on to a 3-0 lead. Wilchin comes set, and the pitch goes low. It caroms away from Sindelar to his left. Josie to third. Osley to second. Three and 2 the count. And now the infield coming up at all 4 spots for the Cadets. A 3-0 lead for Decorah. Wilchin will work out of the stretch. The pause and the pitch. Swung on a ground ball towards third. Over the bag and fair. Jewell will score. Osley will score. Kane with a 2-run double. 5-0 Decorah. A chopper that got over the bag fair. Down the third base line, Kyle with his 4th double, his 8th and 9th RBI. And Brighton Meyer will get Kane's courtesy out at second base. A runner at second, 2 in, nobody out. And Austin Ashbacker will try to keep the fun going for Decorah. He was hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning as he swings and fouls the first offering off. To the third base side, no balls and 1 strike. One of those runs will be unearned. since Osley reached on an error. Away from second, Brighton Meyer. He's a courtesy runner tonight because Jake Hovden's getting a start in left field. 0-1 delivery is taken up. 1 ball and 1 strike count on Austin Ashbacker. Again, Vikings trying to win their 4th in a row for the 2nd time this year and win their 13th game of the year. The 1-1 delivery is inside for 2 balls, 1 strike. They'll be off tomorrow night and a home to Owine on Friday night. We'll have that one for you here on the radio. 2 balls, 1 strike. Away from second, Brighton Meyer. Wilchin comes set, looks back there, and he whirls and throws, and Meyer will dive back to the bag. With Lenhart at second base paying attention to him. Two balls, 1 strike on the baby bull. 2-1 delivery, hit him. So Austin hit by a pitch for the 2nd time tonight, and Cole Sweska will get his courtesy at first base. A runner at first is Sweska. The runner at second, Meyer, the courtesy runner for Keene. And Bryce Pierce will bat. 2 on, 2 in, nobody out. 3rd inning, 5-0 Decorah. Pierce bounced into a 5-2-3 double play in the first. Wilchin delivers. Pierce squares to bunt, pushes up the first base side. Picked up there by Wilchin. Underhand toss to Lefevre covering the bag. Sacrifice complete, 1-3. So Pierce gets his first sacrifice of the season. Doing his job, sending Meyer to 3rd and Sweska to 2nd. And Gavin Nimrod with an opportunity for Decorah. Infield up for Crestwood again. Nimrod grounded to first, his first time up in the 2nd, 0 for 1. Wilchin comes set, and the pitch to Gavin, a curveball inside corner for a strike. It is no balls and 1 strike. A 3 spot in the first for Decorah, a 2 spot in the 3rd. And Nimrod trying to add on to that total. Wilchin comes set in the 0-1 delivery. That was a breaking ball up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Gavin. Gavin was the only Viking to have multiple hits against the Cadets in the opening doubleheader on the 31st of May. 1-1 delivery, fastball outside for 2 balls and 1 strike. Meyer off a 3rd, Sweska off a 2nd, infield up again for Cresco. The 2-1 swung on, grounded down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Meyer will score. Sweska will score. That one's going all the way to the fence. Gavin Nimrod is coming to 3rd. He is being given a stop sign there by Coach O. A 2-run triple for Gavin Nimrod. A 7-0 lead for Decorah. Nimrod, his 3rd triple of the year, and he knocks in runs 10 and 11, and the Vikings now have a 4 spot here in the 3rd inning. And Colin Nimrod will bat for the 3rd time in as many frames. Colin walked and scored in the first, grounded to short in the 2nd, and the pitch is low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield back on the right side. Slifka even with the bag at 3rd, and Friedhoff playing back at short now. That's interesting. 1-0 as Colin bunts on a squeeze play up the right side. Tag applied to Nimrod, but Gavin Nimrod able to score. Colin Nimrod, the squeeze play stud for Decorah, gets another RBI on a suicide squeeze, his 9th of the year, and it's an 8-0 lead for the Vikings. 1-0 pitch and a squeeze play was on. One Nimrod scores the other, and it's an 8-0 lead for the Vikings as Qualley swings at first, one fouls at third base side. Brandon Slifka in foul territory will make the catch to retire the side, but the Vikes send 8 to the plate. Score 4 runs on 3 hits, helped out by 1 error, and nobody left. We are... Correction, they scored 5 runs, I should say. 3 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 8-0 Decorah. An 8-0 lead for Decorah as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Johnny Berlin will start things for the Cadets. He flew out to center his first time. 0 for 1. Vikes with a 3 spot in the first and a 5 spot in the third inning. They lead at 8-0 as that one popped into left field. Jake Hovden is under it, and he will make the catch in shallow left, two-handed. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third inning.
The pitcher, number 1, Brandon Wilson.
1 down, nobody on. And Brandon Wilchin, who singled to left his first time up, will come to the plate. 5-4, Decorah leads the hit column as the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The errors are even at 1 right now. 1-0 delivery, curve ball, smack towards center field, and a base hit. That curve ball just up in the zone, and Brandon Wilchin takes advantage with a 1-out single here in the third inning. That's 5 hits for the Cadets. And in 8 2/3 innings that Kane has pitched against the Cadets, he has now given up 16 hits. As Kyle delivers pitch to Friedhoff, outside corner for a strike, 0-1. He got an infield hit in the first inning. 1-1 the count, or 1-4-1 is Friedhoff. 0-1 the count. 0-1 delivery, curve ball swung and a foul at the plate. It is no balls, 2 strikes. But going back to that stat that Kyle has given up 16 hits in 8 2/3 against Cresco, they have all been singles. And in that time, Kyle has only walked 1. 0-2 with 1 down. Stretch and the 0-2 delivery. Missed on the fastball low. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Coulter Friedhoff. Vikings leading 8-0 as we play the bottom of the third. Lead at first base by Wilchin. The stretch by Kane, the 1-2 swung on, popped up, foul, third base side, and that one is going to land out of play. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Coulter Friedhoff. A lead at first base again by Wilchin. A slight glance over there by Kane. Another 1-2 pitch. That one hit towards third, fielded on 1 hop by Josie. Actually got by him. And everyone is going to be safe. So second error of the ninth there for Decorah as Wilchin moves up to second. And Friedhoff moves to first. Cadets with another rally here, first and second with 1 down. This is that scrappiness we've seen out of this Cadets club to this point. And Matt Cuvalier will look to keep the inning going. He smacks one toward short. It's caught there by Qualley, and he will run to the bag to double up Wilchin. And for the second time in 3 innings, the Vikes get out of a defensive frame with a double play. Cuvalier hit it on a nose, but right at Qualley for the second out. Qualley's momentum was going towards second, and Wilchin got doubled up. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We are 3 complete. It is 8-0 Decorah. Top of the 4th inning we go, 8-0 Decorah. It's back again this year. It's the A&J Petersburg Insurance runs promotion every time the Viking baseball or softball teams scores a run while leading in the 6th inning or beyond and scores another run. It's an A&J Petersburg Insurance run every time that happens. The A&J Petersburg Insurance and Real Estate Agency since 1932 donates $20 to the Decorah Viking Athletic Booster Club. 8-0 Decorah as we start the fourth. Dustin Carey will come to the plate to lead things off in the fourth. He walked and scored in the first and grounded to third to end the second. And the first pitch inside Carey, 1 ball, no strikes. Brandon Wilchin's still out there. He just threw his 75th pitch of the game. He's given up 5 hits. He's walked 4. He's hit 2. He hasn't struck out anybody. 1-0 delivery, and that one on the inside edge for a strike. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out in the fourth. 1-1 the count and the pitch. That hit him. Got him in the left shoulder area. Third hit by pitch by Wilchin, and Coach Steffen out to talk to Wilchin. The Cadets will have Waverly Shellrock in a makeup game tomorrow night, and New Hampton in a game on Friday night. And maybe that's why Coach Steffen would go maybe a little longer with Wilchin tonight as compared to other nights in a similar situation. And it looks like he is going to make a change here. Wilchin is going to go out to right field, and Matt Cuvalier will come in on the hill. 8-0 Decorah here in the fourth. We'll tell you about the changes here in a moment. Matthew Cuvalier will inherit a 1-on, nobody-out situation, and he will get greeted by Josie Jewell here in the top of the fourth inning. 8-0 Decorah leads it. Cuvalier making his third appearance, his second out of the pen, 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting 182 against him, and he has a 3.15 ERA. The junior right-hander comes set, and the pitch well outside and well back to the screen, and Dustin Carey will head to second with a wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes on Josie, who had a 2-run single in the first inning and led off the third with a single to left and scored another run in the third inning. Cuvalier did not face Decorah in that doubleheader either. The pitch, high and tight to Josie. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Jewell. Carey reached on a hit-by pitch, which was the last batter that Wilchin faced. The pitch taken low, caroms away from the catcher, Sindelar, and it wasn't picked up right away by Carey. It did get behind Sindelar, but Carey didn't have a great view. Obviously, you don't want to make that first out of an inning at third base, so if you're insecure, you better not gamble, especially up 8-0. 3 balls, no strikes to count on Jewell. Cuvalier delivers, and the pitch taken high for ball 4. So Josie draws the 5th walk of the night. Wilchin's line, 3+ innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 4 walks, 3 hit batters, and no strikeouts. First and second, nobody out. 4th inning, 8-0 Decorah. James Astley is 0 for 1, officially walked in the first, reached on an error and scored in the third, and Cuvalier throws a strike on his 5th pitch. No balls, 1 strike. The Vikings made Wilchin work as well. 77 pitches in 3+ innings. Astley squaring to bunt, does so right in front of the plate. Cuvalier is going to pick it up and throw it to Lefevre, covering the bag. Sacrifice complete, 1-3. Carey up to third, Jewell to second. Kyle Kane to the plate with 1 out here in the fourth. Kyle popped to short in the first, double to left to knock in 2 and scored himself, or actually his courtesy runner. Brighton Meyer scored in the fourth as the pitch goes low. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Infield up again at all 4 spots for Crestwood. It's an 8-0 lead for Decorah. And Kyle Kane trying to extend it. The 1-0 delivery. Taking up the letters for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Kyle. Kyle, who in his last start only was given 1 run of run support. has been given 8 in the first 3 innings. And he provided 2 of those runs. Curveball outside from Cuvalier. 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Kyle Kane. The lead is 8-0 for Decorah. And that one uncorked well high. And the pitch inside on 3-1 for ball 4. And Kane will earn the walk, and Bryton Meyer will get his courtesy at first base. Runner at third, 2 down, or runner at third is Carey, runner at second, Hovden. Runner at first is Meyer, 1 down for the Baby Bull. And he takes the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Ashbacker hit by a pitch in the first, hit by a pitch, and his courtesy runner Sweska scored in the third. Next pitch high from Cuvalier. It's 2 balls, no strikes. So a hit batter and 2 walks have loaded the bases here in the 4th inning. Vikes looking to add on to their 8-0 lead. Pitch high and tight. 3 balls, no strikes. Update on softball. Decorah leading walk-on 5-3 top of the 6th. They won game 1 over in Decorah tonight by a 6-1 margin. 2-0 on Ashbacker. Cuvalier delivers, and the pitch inside corner for a strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Infield up at the corners, back up the middle for Crestwood. The 2-1 delivery swung on, popped up foul, straight back and out of play. So again, it's 2-2 on number 22. Two and 2 the count. Carey third, Jewell second, Meyer first. Cuvalier set. And the pitch swung on and a ground ball towards third and foul, just to the left of the bag up the third base side. So we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch, swing, and a pop-up foul. Straight back and out of play, so we'll do it again at 2 and 2. Another 2-2 ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Carey will score. Josie coming to the plate. He will score. Meyer stops at second. A 2-run single for Austin Ashbacker and a 10-0 lead for Decorah. Ashbacker with RBIs 12 and 13 on the season. So the Vikings score. Only 1 scored on the plate. Josie was coming to the plate, and I put my head in my scorebook, but it only ends up being an RBI single there for Ashbacker, so he has 12 RBIs now in the season. It's a 9-0 game. As the pitch inside to Bryce Pierce, 1 ball, no strikes. Jewell third, Meyer second, and Sweska, the courtesy runner for Ashbacker at first. The 1-0 delivery, swung on a ground ball towards third, picked up there by Slifka. He'll go to the plate for the first out, throw to first base, is thrown into right field. Meyer will score. Sweska will stop at third. It's a 10-0 lead for Decorah. So a fielder's choice as Jewell out at the plate 5-2. And the throwing error by the catcher, Sindelar, will allow Meyer to score and Sweska to make it all the way to third. There's 2 outs in the inning now. Second error on the Cadets. 10-0 the score. And Gavin Nimrod to the plate. Grounded to first in the second inning. And tripled to right to knock in 2 and scored himself in the third. Cuvalier trying to get out of this miss. The pitch swung on a ground ball towards second. Lenhard fields on 4 hops. He'll throw to first base to retire Nimrod and the side here in the fourth inning. But the Vikes able to score 2 on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's a 10-0 lead for Decorah. 0-1 on Brandon Slivka, and the pitch swung on and missed by Slivka from Kane. It snowballs 2 strikes. Slivka bounced into a fielder's choice to end the first 0 for 1. 10-0 Decorah as we play the bottom of the fourth inning. 0-2 delivery, sails outside from Kyle. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slivka was 3 for 5 against Decorah pitching in the doubleheader with a double and an RBI. The pitch swung on and missed. Good change, and Kyle gets his first strikeout. 1 down, nobody on. Jordan Vovis to the plate for the Cadets. A 10-0 lead for Decorah. Vikes have scored in every frame except the second. 3 in the first, 5 in the third, and 2 in the fourth inning for Decorah. Vovis, the left-hand hitter, batting against Kane as the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Vovis fly to left, his first time up. One and 0. Pitch inside corner for a strike. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Jordan Vovis. 2 down here in the fourth inning. Or should be 1 down here in the fourth inning. Scoreboard says 2 for the moment as that one fisted foul back to the screen. That was a pitch up in the zone. Kyle kind of hung that off-speed pitch a little bit and ended up getting away with it. Pitch, swing, and a pop-up foul, third base side and out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jordan Vovis. Kane delivers and the 1-2 sails outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2 from Kane. 10-0 Decorah here in the fourth. Kyle ready, 2-2 delivery, swung on, popped up, straight back, foul ball. And that one is going to land and be caught by Mark Qualley. In the foul territory area. Well, Jake had to get his good hand from somewhere. Master Qualley getting the job done there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count remains. 7th pitch of the at-bat to Vovis with 1 down here in the fourth. Curve ball taken for strike 3. That was a hanging curve, too, and Vovis let it go. And Pete Wyan rung him up. 2 down, nobody on. And Chase Lenhard to the plate, single to right, his first time up in the second, 1 for 1. 10-0 Decorah here in the fourth. 2 RBIs for Jewell, 2 RBIs for Kane, 1 for Ashbacker, 2 RBIs for Gavin Nimrod. Pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. Another for Colin Nimrod on a squeeze play. Pitch outside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Lenhard. 2 down here in the fourth inning. Kyle's given up his fair share of hits, but they've all been singles as the pitch goes outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. He got out of a bases loaded 2-out jam in the first inning. Allowed 2 2-out or 1-out singles in the second. They were erased by a double play as that one's back towards first, and a leaping grab made it first by Bryce Pierce to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top half of the fifth inning. It is a 10-0 lead for Decorah. Davis Murphy comes into the game for the Crestwood Cadets. They will put him at second base. Chase Linhard will move from second to short. Coulter Friedoff will exit the game as we start things here in the fifth inning. Colin Nimrod will start out for Decorah, a 10-0 lead for the Vikings. Nimrod walked and scored in the first, grounded to short in the third, and had a sacrifice squeeze play RBI. That was in the third. He grounded to short in the second. The first pitch to Colin, looped towards third, off the glove of Slifka. Karams into shallow left center field, and Nimrod will reach. So Nimrod at first with nobody out, and Jake Qualley to the plate. Qualley walked and scored in the first. Got an infield hit in the second inning. And fouled out to third to end the third as Qualley swings at the first one and fouls one at the plate. It was fooled on a breaking ball from Cuvalier. No balls and one strike. Going to the bottom of the seventh in the softball game. Walk on leading Decorah by a 6-5 margin. Stretch by Cuvalier in the 0-1 offering. And it hit him. Hit him in the left arm area, and that will push Nimrod up to second base. Qualley to first. Nobody out here in the fifth inning, and Dustin Carey, who is 0 for 1 but has been on base twice, will come to the plate. Carey walked and scored in the first, grounded to third in the second, and hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth. This pitch taken low, taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes from Cuvalier. Cuvalier comes set. And the pitch swung on, driven towards right center field. And that one is going to be a gapper. Colin Nimrod will score. Jake Qualley will score. Carey coming to third. He will be in standing with a triple. Carey with his first triple of the year. RBIs 10 and 11 and a 12-0 lead now for Decorah. Nimrod and Qualley score ahead of him. And Brady Dolly will get a turn for Josie Jewell. And Jake Hovden will run for Carey at third base. So Carey, who was batting for Hovden in the lineup, will get a chance to run here. Pitch. Outside edge for a strike. And it's 0-1 on Brady Dolly. Infield up the corners, back everywhere else as Brady takes a strike on the outside edge. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2, the count. Cuvalier delivers, and the pitch swung on a fly ball, looped down the right field line. Making the catch is Brandon Wilchin, one-handed towards the line, trying to come home is Jake Hovden. The throw to the plate is not in time. Sacrifice fly for Brady Dolly. And a 13-0 lead for Decorah. So Dolly with the sacrifice fly to score Hovden. And the lead is 13-0 for Decorah. And Eric Smorstad will get a turn for James Osley, who was 0 for 1, reached on an error, had a sacrifice and a walk. We'll give you a scoring recap here momentarily as Smorstad takes the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Spikes got 3 on the board in the first inning. Were helped out by 4 walks and 1 hit by a pitch. A wild pitch scored 1 run, and Josie Jewell brought home 2 with a single pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Spikes added 5 to the total in the third inning, and the bank of lights on the third base side and the first base side, or on the third base side, have gone out here. The rest of the lights are on the field are okay. And now Pete Wyan and Jim Oberman, the umpires, will talk to Gary Steffen and Denny Olenzak near the third base line. They'll ask them their opinion if there is adequate enough light. And I guess in my humble opinion there would be right now, and it looks like they are going to do it. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Vikes got 5 in that third inning. A 2-run double by Kyle Kane, a 2-run triple by Colin Nimrod, and by Gavin Nimrod, and a RBI sacrifice suicide squeeze play by Colin Nimrod. Curveball taken inside for 3 balls, no strikes on Smorstad. Vikes got a couple more in the fourth inning. RBI single by Ashbacker and a throwing error by the catcher. His pitch is ball 4 to Smorsy. Scored the 2 runs in the fourth inning. Carey with a 2-run triple here this inning, and Brady Dolly with the sacrifice fly. That is the rundown of the 13 runs to this point. And Brighton Meyer will get a chance here in the fifth inning. Meyer has scored 2 runs as a courtesy runner for Kyle Kane, and he will bat for Kyle Kane here. The pitch swung out and missed at a curveball in the outer half. The ball's 1 strike. Austin Ashbacker is still in the on-deck circle for now. No balls and 1 strike to count. 0-1 delivery. He is taken at the letters for a strike, and it's 0-2. Runner at first, 3 in, 1 down here in the fifth inning of a 13-0 lead for Decorah. A lead at first from Smorsy. And the 0-2 delivery, that one uncorked well outside. And Smorsy will wheel his way to second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And now Brighton Meyer will bat with the runner in scoring position. One, 2, swung on at a ground ball foul, third base side. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, we are playing without the bank of lights on the third base side. There's 2 light stanchions about halfway down the left field line, and 1 right behind the Decorah dugout as pitch at the litters for strike 3. So Meyer down on strikes, and there is 2 down here in the fifth inning. And Cole Sweska, who has been courtesy running for Austin Ashbacker, will now bat for Austin Ashbacker. Sweska had an RBI single the other night against New Hampton. The Baby Bull was 1 for 1 with 2 hit-by pitches tonight. There's 2 light stanchions up the first base side and 2 in the outfield in the relatively new lighting system here in Cresco. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 on Sweska. 13-0 the score. On Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Curveball taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Darren Swenson from Cresco here tonight. I believe it was 2006, the first year they got the lights here. That was the first year they got to host some postseason games here. As the pitch high and tight. It is 2 balls, 1 strike. This was the opening round district play back in 2009 when Decorah made it to the state tournament. As the pitch taken low. 3 balls, 1 strike on Cole Sweska with Smorstad at second and 2 down. The last 2 times Decorah hasn't hosted the district. Here's ground ball towards third, and that one through the wickets of Sweska, or of Slivka, and it goes into left field, and grabbing around and scoring from second base is Eric Smorstad, and it's a 14-0 lead. As I was searching for the name of the Cresco third baseman, and Smorstad went all the way from second and scored on the air. So a 4-spot here in the 5th inning, a 14-0 lead for Decorah. And Sean Truan will get his chance here. Pitch swung on, a ground ball to the left side, picked up there by Cuvalier. He'll throw to first base, and Lefevre to retire the side. But the Vikes score 4 on 1 hit. Helped out by 2 errors and 1 left. Vikes will look to close it out next. They lead at 14-0. Cadets need 5 to keep this thing going as they trail it 14-0. Kyle Kane has given up his fair share of hits, but they've all been singles, and he's pitched his way out of a couple of jams. His defense has helped him out with a couple of double plays as well. He's thrown 61 pitches through 4 innings, and Austin Shatechka will bat to start things here in the 5th. He's singled to center his first time up in the 2nd, 0 for 1. Good news from back home as Shatechka hammers one towards right center field, and that one is going to be a gapper. Shatechka will stand at second with a double. Well, normally, down 14, you don't swing at the first pitch here in the 5th inning, but Shatechka with a double to right, and Cody Sindelar will come to the plate. Top of the order for the Cadets, Sindelar flied to center in the 1st and grounded into a double play to end things in the 2nd. 5-4-3 curveball taken inside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0 on the pitch, fisted towards the first base side, picked up there by Colin Nimrod. He'll throw on to first base to retire Sindelar, with Shatechka moving up to third base. Just saw a moment there where anyone tells me that Denny O doesn't still have it. Perfect situation right there. Colin Nimrod was paying attention to the runner as Jonathan Berlin takes the first pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. He tells Colin to back off and play his position. Colin has the ball hit right to him. 50 years, he's still got it, folks. 1-0. That one grounded on the left side. Charging there is Qualley. He's going to bobble, and everyone's going to be safe. There goes the shutout. Berlin on the infield hit, and he will get his 5th RBI of the season. It's now a 14-1 ball game. And Brandon Wilchin will come to the plate. Wilchin still the pitcher of record tonight. He gave up 8 of the 14 runs Cuvalier has pitched since the 4th inning. Kane delivers, and the pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Wilchin's done it with the stick tonight. He's got a single to left and a single to left center in the 1st and the 3rd inning, respectively, as the curveball goes low. 2 balls, no strikes from Kyle Kane. This is where the Vikes just need to bear down and get the job done. A runner at first is Jonathan Berlin. The pitch taken low. It is 3 balls, no strikes. I'd imagine Berlin's pretty quick. 360 feet around the base pass, but with all due respect to Johnny, he might be better in a 3,200. 3-0 taken up for ball 4. 1st and 2nd. With 1 down here in the 5th inning. And now Austin Ashbacker and Kyle Kane will discuss a few things on the pitcher's mound as they meet at the top of the mound. And batting will be Davis Murphy. Murphy will bat for the first time since coming in to play 2nd in the top half of this inning, replacing Coulter Friedoff in the lineup. Chase Lenhard moved from 2nd to 3rd. That's the first pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Kyle losing a little bit of command here in the 5th inning, and that's not Kyle Kane. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is in there for a strike. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Davis Murphy. Away from 2nd, Berlin. Away from 1st is Wilchin. The 1-1 delivery swung on. Looper towards second base. Fielded there by Nimrod. Goes to Qualley for one. Return throw to first. In time. Double play. And that's a Viking victory. A 4-6-3 to end things as Decorah goes to 13-5 overall. 8-3 in conference play with a 5-inning, 14-1 victory here tonight. 14 runs for Decorah on 7 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left. For Crestwood, 1 run, 7 hits. They commit 4 errors and 6 left. The winning pitcher, Kyle Kane, he goes to 3-1. The losing pitcher, Brandon Wilchin, goes to 2-2. The Cadets now 8-11 on the season, 4-6 in conference play. And Decorah is 13-5 overall and 8-3 in conference play. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible tonight. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So, as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Viking fans, we know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, Vikes take it 14-1 in 5. Our next coverage of Viking sports will be tomorrow night as Decorah softball team, who, by the way, they came back and won 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning in Game 2 of the doubleheader. So the softball team gets a sweep of Waukon tonight, 6-1 and 7-6. They will go down to Waverly to take on the GoHawks tomorrow night. 5:50 will be our airtime on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.net. Baseball on the air Friday night as Decorah will take on Owine. 7:20 start time for that one. So for our entire KDEC sports team, Darren Swenson saying so long from Cresco. Decorah wins it in 5, 14-1. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night.